Okay, so this is one that has been very important for me. This showed me a lot about myself, and this has helped me throughout every aspect of my life, on the court, as a pro athlete, and off the court as well. And this is that you always have more to give. I remember there was a time back in college with Coach Butcher. Basically, we had to run for preseason. We'd run to the track, which was 1.7 miles away. So we all ran there. We had a time. We had to be there. We didn't know a time, but we had to go at a good pace there. And when we showed up, we have a lot of work to do. We do all kinds of runs on the track in insane amounts. But on this one day, our coach said, "Hey, everyone, we've done a lot. We've done a great job today. I'm gonna let you guys go back. But what we have to do is everyone has to make it around this track in less than a minute and 10 seconds. That was what the goal was. Normally in the Olympics, they make it around there in about 40 seconds. So that gave us a little bit more time. But this was after a hard workout. And coach said to us, we got to get through this. I want everyone to do this. If everyone doesn't make it, we're doing it again. And everyone's hyping each other up. Everyone's tired. And we ran around the track, everyone running as fast as we can because we don't want to do this again in a minute and 15 seconds. I remember this. And we got there, and all of a sudden, one of us didn't make it. It wasn't me, but one of us didn't make it. And so we had to go again. And everyone is dead tired. And he extended the time 10 more seconds, said, "Hey, everyone needs to get around this track. Everyone has to get around. And this time, if you don't make it around, everyone else can go, but you have to stay." So we take off sprinting again. Me, one of my teammates, Chris Clapp, he didn't make it as we're getting around the track. I didn't make it. We didn't make the time, missed it by about 2 seconds. And our coach said, "Everyone can go, we have to stay." He extends the time 10 more seconds. And by now we're dead, we're done, we're exhausted. We run around that track one more time and we don't make the time. And our coach is like, "I know you guys are dead. You probably aren't gonna make it, I understand. You run as hard as you can around here one more time, then we go home." And I had nothing left. I had nothing left when he said that. But I remember him saying, "If we get around here one more time, we can go." So me, Chris Clapp, my teammate, we sprinted. We ran around that track. We ran all the way around, sprinting, because we know it's the last one. We get to the end. I think after I passed the finish line, I dropped down to one knee. My teammate was right behind me. He barely made it around the track, period. And as soon as we got around the track, coach said, "You know what? That was pathetic. You have to go again." And it was at this moment, it was like, you made a promise that we didn't have to go again. I had gave everything because I knew it was the last one. I knew I wouldn't be able to make it around there. And long story short, I did it one more time. I don't remember what the time was. I don't remember anything. Even at this moment, I had smoke in my brain. I don't even know what was going on. And I made it. And it was one of the biggest lessons for me because it made me realize that we always have that feeling. We always have that like, I got nothing left. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is tough. This is something I'm struggling with. I can't anymore. These are all thoughts we had and have all the time, And that moment there showed me, just as I have these thoughts, that wait a minute, that's not true. Because I had to do it, so I did it. And this was something that we have to really understand. We can't do it. We think we can. Our body's telling us we can, but what our body tells us and what we're capable of doing is impossible. These don't always align up. This is the better way to say it. And if you guys remember, I can't remember his name, maybe something Fontaine or something like this, that running a mile under 4 minutes was impossible. And no one had did it up until I can't remember what the date was. I'm gonna make up something around the date, like 1970. No one had done it. Then someone crossed the 4-minute mile. Someone got under. And then in the following years, a bunch of people got under. Everyone started getting under the maybe it was under a 3-minute mile. I want to say definitely under a 4-minute mile. And what happened is, all of a sudden, some belief system gets cracked. And the belief system that we can't do it, that we don't have energy, that we have nothing left to give. Once this belief system goes, you're good to go. It's one of the most limiting belief system, and it's literally in a physical sense, a limiting belief system. So for me, for you, the things that you're going through, David Goggins, he's check him out when you guys can. He said that when you feel like you got nothing left, you're only at 40%. That means you got 60% left that you can give. And I can attest to this. We're going to have a fitness month coming up where I'm going to go about a lot of the methods that I trained with and starting to train back with again. But one of these is training 100 reps. So when I go to the gym, every workout, every exercise is 100 reps. Maybe I only do 2 or 3, but it's 100 reps. That's what it is. And when you're doing this, I'm like, there's no way like I can do 100 pull-ups. And it's just like, no, you're gonna stay until you get it done. And sure enough, it was one of the biggest shocks I had. I did 100 pull-ups in a workout. It took 45 minutes to do. I did 4 at a time and stopped, but I was able to do it because I just got through this belief system like I can't do it. And the crazy thing is, right around 50, I started to feel better. I started to feel like, whoa, I got this. And I remember when I got to 77, I was able to knock out 8 of them, easy. And I was just like, wow, you break through that barrier in your mind, in this system that you have, and you crack your belief system. You crack that part of your mind that says you can't do anymore. You can't do one more. There's no way you're gonna do it. And these voices, you hear them, you let them pass, and that's it. And for me, that was one of the biggest, it all started with that run around the track and realizing that I was able to do that again. And now anytime I have trouble and I talk to people, it's like, you're only 40%. You can do more. You know you can do more. And you know it. This is the crazy thing, you know it. But it's like, I don't wanna believe that because then I gotta do more. But understand that when you feel like you have nothing left, you're at 40%. And if you don't believe that, that's the reason why you can't keep going. It's because you believe that I can't keep going. And it's very important that when you guys are doing things that you really are listening to how you're talking to yourself. I can't do this. This is too hard. I've never been good. This kind of talk is very negative. We're gonna go over this in another month. But we talk so negatively to ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves. You're so hard on yourself. It's like, give yourself a break. You got this. You can do this. You will do this. These words are energy that you're putting out there. And these are manifestations that you manifest. Like, I'm not tall enough to do that. I'm not good enough to do that. And that's why you can't. The second that belief system changes, you change. Your behavior changes. Our behavior is based off of our belief system. So if our belief system changes, our behaviors will change. If all of a sudden you believe that eating meat's not bad, you stop eating meat. You start eating healthier. And all of a sudden you start to feel healthier. You have more energy. You can run around. You take up a new sport. You meet new people. All that was from just a small belief change. And this is what it's like, breaking down that belief. If you have nothing left, you can't go anymore, that understand that you have 40%, and I think you got more. But understand that that's just the limit of the belief system. Break that down. You can break down every other barrier that stops you.